Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. How is everyone today? The sun is out, but it's a little bit chilly. It is about 9:45, I think. I've just gone through Kenzie's work from his app and made notes on these sticky notes as to what he needs to do and put them up in his room just so he's got a visual of what needs doing and can take it down and throw it away once he's finished that bit of work. Do need to print something out for him in a minute. I'm having some breakfast, leftover scones. There's no cream left. Very healthy, very, very healthy. What am I going to do today? Some housework. I need to dust and hoover upstairs and downstairs. The boys are going to have to sort their bedroom out. It needs dusting and tidying at some point, and do that later on. But yes, I do need to dust and tidy and hoover, give the place a good hoover from top to bottom. Yesterday we had our report from Boris. I thought it was very reasonable. There are no major changes for the next month, which is a good thing. The only major changes were, and like I said, they weren't major, was that those people who cannot work from home, who can work, should be actively encouraged to go to work now, if they can do so safely. So that is, if companies have put stuff in place, if they've got the childcare there, then if they can go to work, then they should start looking at going to work. But obviously that's going to be a very small percentage of the country, because obviously there's not childcare. The schools are still shut. And there's a lot of there's a lot of people that can't go to work because they work in retail, and retail is still shut. Or myself, who's in childcare, and childcare is still shut. So, yeah, there's a lot of people that can't go back to work. The second thing was that we can now go outside for unlimited amount of time. So instead of just going out for our one form of exercise a day, we are now able to go outside. We can go and lay on the village green. We can go and sit and have a picnic, which is nice, because it means that we can actually, when we're out on our walks and stuff, we can actually sit, at the side of a lake or whatever, and take in some stuff, as opposed to having to kind of keep moving. Excuse me, I'm talking, I'm yawning like a box drum. But we still have to keep 2 meters apart, and we can only do those things with members of our household. So obviously we can't, meet up with friends or family or what have you and go and have a picnic together or something like that. So yes, there's that. So nothing major changed, just the amount of time we can spend outside, and the fact that if we want to, we can sit on a park bench. And if in a month, the infection rate has not gone up, then they will look at, in June, beginning of June, sending just a couple of the school years back in primary school, those that are about to do their transition. So like year 6 and stuff, but not secondary school. I think that was the only thing, just schools. And again, just a couple of years, so not the whole school, if it's safe to do so. And if after a month of that, the infection rate still hasn't gone up, then they will look at opening shops, some leisure things like cinemas and stuff, and restaurants, again, while making sure that those that open put measures in place to keep everybody 2 meters apart, and see how that goes. And so we're looking at July now, if that's okay, then we'll stay like that for a bit. But I don't think we're going to get to that point, because I think the minute people start going outside more, they're going to break the rules, because they're already breaking the rules, and they'll start having picnics with friends and other things. I've seen people in my own village in the last week mingling not 2 meters apart, and I suspect we're having a little party or something with other people in the village, because I saw their children together, certainly not 2 meters apart. You know, I've seen a neighbour stood next to a guy he was selling his car to, chit-chatting away to him, certainly not 2 meters apart, while selling a car to him. So people around me I'm seeing are breaking the rules already. So I suspect that the minute people start going outside a little bit more and hanging around outside, they'll break the rules even more, and we won't get to those other stages. Or if we do, we won't get set. I don't think we're going to get to the opening of shops, because I think measures will suddenly come crashing back in again, because the R rate will go up. But I'm happy to be proved wrong. I would be very happy to be proved wrong. I really would. But yeah, too much complacency going on out there. But as far as what's been set out, I think they're sensible measures. A little bit, see how it goes. Then potentially we could do this, see how it goes. But already, within seconds of the report, the Sky News woman had added bits that he didn't say, and had talked about, we can go swimming in ponds. How random was that? You can go swimming in outdoor ponds. He certainly never said anything about swimming in outdoor ponds, and cannot say I've really seen anybody going for a swim in a local park pond with the ducks. Maybe I live a sheltered life, I don't know, but I don't know what she was talking about. He certainly didn't say it. She made it up. But yes, there's been an awful lot within minutes and hours of that report. Facebook was awash with really quite stupid comments from people, going, well, that made no sense. No, it did make sense. Or can we do this now? No, that wasn't mentioned. There's very little change. This is the change. I think people wanted answers to their own specific questions, and there wasn't answers to their own specific questions. And that's because at this point, that's not something that's going to change. So if it wasn't mentioned, assume you can't do it. But yes, just Facebook was awash with, and Twitter was awash with people ready, I think, to be dished out some Darwin Awards. And I did get political on Facebook, and my Facebook's only full of pictures and humour. But I did get a bit political, because it's like, people, what do you not get? It was quite simple. It was very clear. Anyway, that's my political waffle, but this is a log of lockdown, and it is a log of what was said on what day, and the changes that were made. So it was worth me saying and documenting my own opinion, I think, because this is my document of our lockdown. And, you know, things might change, and I might have to review what I say and go, you know what, Pip, you were wrong. Or, you know what, Pip, that didn't happen. So I think it's an important thing to document my thoughts as well. Anyway, my tea's going cold, and these scones will not eat themselves. So I better crack on and do that. Right, first job, get this bathroom clean. I think it's quite grubby. Nice clean bathroom, that job's off the list. Right, time to just dust and tidy up the bedroom a bit, as much as I can in this pigsty. Do you know how to work out a cube root? No. Right, in that case, this is where you need a post-it note, my dear. Write that, and then you have to send a message to your teacher to say you don't know how to do cube roots.
We haven't learned about it since year 7.
Okay, well, the other thing we can do is with your post-it notes is we can watch a video on YouTube about it, okay? And then come back to these questions.
I'll just type it.
You're going to watch a video now. Please don't put your feet on my radiator because it knocks it off. You're going to just study it now, are you, and then work it out? That's a really good idea. Right, Brendan is cleaning downstairs for me. Kenzie is doing his schoolwork. So I'm going to tackle the bedroom for them, I said. Brendan won't like that, but Kenzie's appreciative of it. It's all looking much better. That needs to go in the wash if you finished with your cloth.
Boop. Always press big red buttons.
Yes.
Nothing
Stop the world, I want to get off.
Very windy.
Wait,
It is very windy out there. Right, I've hoovered. I've dusted.
Always hit the big red button. Nothing bad will happen.
Looking tidier. Just need to take this down. I need to hoover all down the stairs. I've washed all the banister. Then clear up rubbish. I think that's my printer ink down there. Hello, caterpillar. Aren't you interesting? Stuck on my stairs. I nearly sucked you up with the hoover thinking you were a bit of dirt. Would you like to come and sit on my finger and I'll take you outside? Go on. No, no I do not. Come on, I'll take you out to the garden. I do love the way you move. This is all tidy. That's all been dusted in there, thanks to Brendan. I've hoovered. He's dusted all of in here. And I've hoovered. And I've hoovered all of in here, all up the stairs, wiped the banisters. Hoovered all in here. He's done the dishes for me. I've been cracking on with the laundry. Quite a productive day, I would say. We're going to go for our walk. I need to take my folded laundry up and put it in the right places. And then all of upstairs is clean and tidy. Kenzie and I are on our little walk. Brendan will catch us up, but he was taking so long we decided to go without him. He said he'd catch us up. He's got long legs. I'm sure we can do that. We have spent the morning doing housework. And Kenzie spent the morning, what have you been doing?
Work.
Lots of school work, haven't you? Well, we need to move over. There's someone coming on a bike. Been busy. It's been that windy. It looks like this trampoline has had a bit of a situation. Hello.
Still fluffy.
What's that?
Looking at us.
Yes. Yes. Can I help you? Bear.
Bear.
No, you're not a bear. You're a sheep. You're not a bear. You're a sheep.
Like a Pokemon saying its name.
Yeah. No, not a bear. Is it playing with something? Oh, he's got a teddy bear or something to play with. That's so cute.
Who does?
The ones at the back that were making all the noise. Got like a teddy or something. Oh, careful. Oh, we come to say hello to you, Kenzie. We come to see you. Did you run the whole way?
Squirrel.
As much as I could, yes.
Oh yeah, squirrel up there. Woo! Squirrel. No, there he is. Up there. Across the path. I don't know if you saw that. Kamikaze squirrel, that one. Did you run the whole way, Brendan?
As much as I could, yes.
Because you know we've nearly finished the walk and you caught us up.
Probably like halfway through.
Yeah. Right, that way, round and back.
My chest hurts.
I'm not surprised you've just done all that running. Trying to stay on the wind. Blown about all over the place. Well, we made it home without blowing away. And I'm having some chicken biryani. I'm a scruff bag. I've washed my hair and had a shower. But I'm letting it dry naturally while I was watching a film with Kenzie. We were watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids because he says he's never seen it before. He enjoyed it. But yeah, if I don't dry my hair with a hairdryer and then use straighteners, it curtains like this. very curtainy. You get big curtains and big waves in it. Right, so I'm doing pasta for the boys. Lee will be home in a minute. He's got korma, no not korma, biryani like I had. So I've just put a kettle on. He is picking up a couple of school books, a couple of exercise books, because Kenzie's French book is now full, so he needs another book to write on, and school said they've put them outside the school. I'm hoping that is in general, they've put them in the porch outside the school for you to come and get, and not just during school opening hours, but I guess we'll find out, because obviously Lee can only go on his way to or from work, so he's going to go and check now, and hopefully they'll have some. I have just found out that potentially I could reopen on the 1st of June if the schools do reopen, or you know, for some of the years, but I'm yet to find out the actual facts behind that, the actual whether our ratios will change or how that's going to work in practice, because obviously there's no way I can social distance, and to be honest, if I'm going to take on young children, bring back young children, I'm not going to hold them at arm's length. That's just, it's not going to happen. I either open doing my job the way I do it, or I don't, but it might mean that I have to reduce numbers in some way. I don't know, but some families might not come back. That's the other thing. Some families might decide they don't want to come back in June, it's too early. We might decide not to yet open in June, it could be too early. It's lots of factors, and I need to talk to Lee, because obviously this is his home and this is his safe space, so I need to have a conversation with him as to when he feels ready for me to reopen, and also you know, his views on how many children can be here comfortably for him. So that's a conversation we're going to probably have to have this evening. And then I need to put some measures in place and write up a policy, but I think I might wait till PACE, which is our professional association, have come back with some guidance, because I know they're in talks with the government and the Department for Education, kind of to come up with some fine details and what have you with them. So I'm going to kind of hold off and wait, but there's a date there, potentially the 1st of June. We'll see. School has been very organised and has sent most of tomorrow's work through already, so I have printed it because the printer ink has arrived. He's got a whole thingy of science to go through. There's slides that I've printed out, some worksheets. That's a week's worth of work there, that's not just one lesson. That's his English work, his RS work, that work he's done, and he's got some music stuff. Phantom of the Opera, we need to get his keyboard out, and then he can practice the tune, watch the video and answer some questions. So that is all his work set for tomorrow. Very organised. Right, I've come into the bathroom for some peace and quiet because they're watching Batgirl and it's up quite loud. I'm going to go now because I want to listen to Boris clarify some bits and bobs from yesterday's report. Might touch on the childcare, I'm not entirely sure, but I know it was touched on in the House of Commons today from the bit I saw from that. So yeah, I think it would just be interesting to see what options. Oh, excuse me. As soon as I start talking to the camera, I start yawning. I think it's a lack of oxygen. I should breathe in, talk, breathe out. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. I don't breathe enough. I talk too much. Anyway, yeah, I want to see what he has to say and what points are being raised. He's taking questions from the public today and then answering them. So hopefully that will clear up any problems anyone has, things they didn't understand. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to go and do that now before I miss it. So I will see you lovely lot tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Do take care of yourselves. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in the morning.